Hey there everybody, it is Pride Month and I thought that would be the perfect opportunity to test out these all-natural food dyes and make a rainbow made of icing. So if these things work, they could be a game changer for me because one, they're readily accessible. I found them at Target. And two, they're super inexpensive. It was only $3. Now what I normally use to dye my cupcakes and icings and cakes and all that kind of good stuff, I use something very similar to this. The dyes come in little vials, they're all natural, but they are very expensive. They can be upwards of $10 or $15 and they don't last super long. I just keep them in my cupboard with everything else, and I've noticed that after a couple of months they really kind of separate, they look bad, and I honestly don't get a super vibrant color out of them. So this stuff could be amazing. The brand is called Watkins and it comes with 4 vials of food colors: red, yellow, green, and blue, and they're made with fruit juices and spices. So that could be really good. Now to test these out, I'm going to use this Duncan Hines vanilla frosting. This is accidentally vegan. It also has artificial food colorings in it to make it white, but anyways, I'm not going to eat this stuff. I just thought the white might make a nice palette to see if these food colors can actually soak in, and we'll get a better idea, I think, if we start with white, of exactly what kind of color each of these can produce. So what I'll do is we'll put a little scoop of this into each of the bowls and then we'll test out each one of the vials, and then I think we need to do some color combos because it doesn't come with an orange or a purple, so we need to make those. And we definitely need orange and purple because, again, we're going to make a rainbow of icing. And I will evaluate each one of these colors on its own. 1 to 5 Care Bears. 1 to 5 Care Bears. And then at the end, I'll evaluate the entire thing, the entire package, the entire Watkins brands itself. 1 to 5 Care Bears. 5 being the best, 1 being... Okay, we're going to start with red, and you can see I've probably got like a tablespoon of the icing in there. I'm gonna start with, like, let's say 3 drops seems fair, right? 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's see what 3 drops does for this red. Now, I have never been able to achieve a bright red with any natural food dye. Okay, it took really quickly. I'm so glad I used this white frosting. So you can see, okay, it's not all mixed up because some of the dye is still like in the spoon, but it's turning fairly pink. All right, come on, let's get that out of there. I went ahead and added 7 more drops because I felt like that would equal 10, and that's a pretty fair amount for such a small amount of icing. And as you can see, it is very pretty in pink, but nowhere near red. I'm going to give this 3 Care Bears because I think it's kind of at an unfair disadvantage because white and red does make pink. So I'm kind of like, well, how would I get red unless I just put this into something completely neutral? So I'm going to give it a 3 Care Bear vote this time, but let's go ahead and I'm going to mix up the blue, green, and yellow and see what those look like. All right, here we are. Everything is all mixed up. You can see there's our red, which is more like pink, and here is our yellow. I think that that is a beautiful, real true yellow. It says on the box that that is made with turmeric. That makes sense. I will say when I use turmeric to dye my own food, icings and cakes and stuff like that, I get more of like an orangey yellow color, and it also, turmeric has a pretty distinctive taste as well. So I'm very excited that this product somehow got this beautiful bright yellow. I love it. Okay, over to the green, and I like this green. This is clearly a lighter green. It's not like a grassy green or that kind of green that's on the bottle there. This is, to me, a little bit more neonish, very closer to the yellow, as you can see. But I like this color green as an 80s person. I think I can work with this green a lot. So the yellow, I'm going to give 5 Care Bears. This one, I'm going to give 4 Care Bears, only because it's not like the yellow on the bottle, but the green on the bottle, I mean, sorry. But it is a good green. This one is made with turmeric and spirulina. I'm assuming blue spirulina because yellow and blue make green. And then the blue is made with spirulina as well. So obviously that is blue spirulina. And this is a light blue, I would say baby blue kind of situation here. I'm not mad at it. I think it's fine. Again, you're not going to get that blue that's on the bottle top there, but it looks pretty darn good to me. I like it. I can work with that. I'm going to give that, let's say, four Care Bears. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Okay, so each of these, again, has 10 drops added to it, and I would say it's about a tablespoon of icing. The other thing to note, you can see the blue and you can see the red or pink did not spread, but for some reason the yellow and green did. I will say the bottle, when it came out, the droplets did feel a little more oily. So maybe that caused it to spread. I'm not really sure, but you need to kind of keep that in mind, I guess. If you are going to be icing a cake, it could change the consistency of your icing, and I guess it could change the consistency of your cake too, because they make the exact same frosting a little bit different. Okay, now let's do some color combos. We need an orange and we need a purple. It appears we have our first fail. That is supposed to be orange and it looks more like baby poo. Of course I used the yellow and the red to make that. I'm not sure why it looks like that. I guess if you were icing like a jack-o'-lantern cookie, it could give you orange vibes, but to me that is only gonna get a 1 Care Bear. Sorry, I just don't know why that didn't work out as well. However, when we get to the purple, I think this looks terrific. This, of course, was the red and the blue. And I think this purple is about as good as it can get. I mean, on a rainbow, that will look amazing. So I give that 5 Care Bears for sure. And you can see the consistency stayed really the same as the original icing for that one. And yet here with this one, it got all gooey again. So I'm guessing it definitely has something to do with that yellow food coloring. It looks like it might have some oil in it or is oilier than the other ones because that one spread, that one did not. Looks good. I like that purple, tinky winky purple. I'm about to do something I really hadn't planned on doing because, like I said in the beginning, this is made with artificial food dyes and I don't eat that stuff. However, knowing that these Watkins natural food colorings are plant-based and made of fruit juices and spices, I think it's a logical question. Well, do they have flavor with them as well? So here goes. I'm going to take one for the team here. This is the red one, which was made of fruit juices. So I'm assuming like strawberry, raspberry. You know, it's so funny. Like, I don't even know what this kind of stuff tastes like anymore. That just tastes like pure sugar to me. It does have a tang to it, but I don't know if that's this or not. Maybe I should have tasted this first to kind of cleanse my palate. But I would say right now, like, that does not have any sort of flavor in it. Okay, so now I'm going to taste the green one, which is made with spirulina and turmeric. No, that tastes the exact same as that other one. So just for giggles, let's do this one. I feel like this one would be the strongest taste. This is the yellow because it's made from turmeric, which turmeric is strong. If you put it in your smoothies, you know that stuff is real. Really grassy flavor. Oh, no flavor. No flavor. That's good, right? And so I'm assuming this blue one made out of pure spirulina would not have any flavor either. Whoa, I haven't eaten dinner yet. I'm a little buzzed already. That sugar's going straight to me. No. No flavor at all. Yes. Okay, so that's a good thing. Even though these are made with fruit juices and spices, they still have no flavor. But in my opinion, I'm sorry, I think they make some pretty, I know apart from the orange, we'll just pretend he's not there. Apart from him, I think these, for the price point, for the availability, they make really good colors. I am definitely going to use these in my baking and in my my cooking and all that kind of good stuff, especially around the holidays. I'm really excited to kind of tap into all of these natural food colorings. So I would give this total palette a 4.5 out of 5 Care Bears, meaning it's really good. The only half point is obviously this orange. We got to work on the orange a little bit. Maybe there's something we can add to this to kind of bump up that orange flavor. But in general, for $3, this is a Watkins. You have done an excellent job with bringing natural food dyes to the market and making them super accessible and super affordable. Excellent job. Shameless self-promotion time. If you are new to my channel, I'm usually here in my kitchen whipping up treats that are inspired by the 80s and everything retro. The treats are always vegan because I'm vegan. So check out all those awesome videos on my channel right now. And for everyone watching, happy Pride. I hope all of your lives are filled with wonderful, delicious rainbows and sweet rainbow treats. Happy Pride, everybody. Anybody want to help me do the dishes?